welcome to this Partner Showcase. My name is Guy Bartram and I'm the Director of Product Marketing at VMware. And today I'm joined by Jens Ehlers from Akquinet. Jens, do you want to just give yourself a brief introduction?
Yeah, hi Guy, nice to meet you. I'm Jens Ehlers, working for 15 years with Akquinet, and as Managing Director, I'm responsible for our data center operations, which is full service outsourcing as a full stack provider, but especially data center operations for our customers.
Brilliant, thanks Jens. And we're here obviously to talk about Akquinet today, and specifically Akquinet in terms of now being one of our showcase partners on our Zero Carbon Committed initiative, which is great news. So congratulations first off for actually getting onto the initiative. Let's talk a little bit about Akquinet before we dive into the detail of the sustainability initiatives you have. Can you tell us what are some of the main services that Akquinet offers?
Based on our own highly efficient and secure data centers, we provide full stack services, meaning customers who need a full service stack of IT can come to Akquinet. But as based on the data centers, we also provide housing services, secure data center shelter, and infrastructure as a service services which data customers may use for their own operation.
Excellent, and that's also where the VMware kind of stuff plays, right? In your cloud infrastructure as a service portfolio.
Yes, indeed. So on the one hand, it's the infrastructure as a service customers may use, but also it's our foundation for our hosting services, which sits on the same platform, and we got much benefits from the platform using for our hosting services.
Yeah, so you're your own customer. In other words, you're consuming your own service for hosting.
Indeed, yeah.
That's always the proof, isn't it? If you're consuming your own services, they can't be bad.
That's it, yeah.
What are some of the, you've got lots of different customers coming from lots of different market verticals and market segments to Akquinet. What are some of the typical challenges your customers are coming to you with regarding things like sustainability and carbon offset initiatives?
Well, indeed, they are mainly not focused on carbon issues, because the world is quite different. They struggle with classical threats as security, availability, scalability. They talk about trust and compliance, and on the other hand, availability of skilled people.
So thinking about Zero Carbon Committed, customers these days are, especially coming to Akquinet, they are coming from multiple different markets and segments with lots of different IT and issues they want to address, and looking to Akquinet to address those. But what specifically are you seeing from your customers regarding sustainability and carbon offset initiatives and challenges, really, I suppose?
Okay, so our customers care about carbon emission, but indeed it's not their main focus, because they have to care about security, availability, trust and compliance. They struggle with the availability of skilled people, and all this with limited budgets is their main focus. So what they ask us is to relieve them from the carbon topic. So if we can provide them with a highly efficient data center with carbon-less power supply and that stuff, we can ease quite a lot of their business, because currently social responsibility, carbon reduction is a main issue in Germany. Just today we got a new government, and it's the Greens who whose main topic is to get the zero carbon in the next decade. And I think that the focus on carbon reduction will get much stronger in the next years in Germany.
Yeah, so in other words, it's been classically high on the agenda as we need to address this, but we've got all this other stuff to address, which is more of a priority at the
Indeed.
moment. Yeah, and now with the new government legislation and the push that is going to be happening in Germany, it's probably going to get higher on the social values kind of scoring for you to have that in place, for you to get, in the UK, for example, the government mandates that I think 10% of any deals with government comes from social values, and they're weighted against how you do in those social values. So it's in a business interest to have those social values in place.
Indeed, and we are founded by social values. So when we established Akquinet, we found the data center as a place for handicapped people to be integrated into the IT business. And we had a very strong focus on diversity and inclusion. So this was the first focus on social responsibility, and it is deep in the roots of the company. And in the beginning of the 2010s, we had the chance to build new data centers, highly energy efficient with a very low power usage effectiveness. So we could focus on the reduction of energy consumption, because any power unit which is not consumed is a good one. So not only solar power or wind power, but the reduction of energy consumption is a main issue.
Yeah, so the challenges classically have been, where do you get your energy from? And obviously you're the managing director of all of the outsourcing that Akquinet does, so you've got good visibility into this. How hard is that for, it's a full-time job for you. How hard is that for a customer to actually be able to find the right deals at the right prices to buy clean energy? It must be incredibly difficult.
Indeed, it's really quite difficult, and it's quite hard to understand the market, because at the end you got the power out of a cable, and it's a mixture of sources where the power comes from, and you have to rely on the power supply company that it's really the way. And you also know there are peaks in the consumption, and it's always a mixture. So I do not have any direct impact on the source of the power, but I have to rely on my suppliers that they got the mixture right. There is no way to audit the source of the energy.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do that, isn't it? You are trusting the supplier to give you the energy that they're saying is coming from clean sources. To a certain extent, you can understand some of the clean energy companies now are actually doing their clean energy business by funding projects and programs, investing in wind turbines, solar farms, whatever it might be, and that gives them some more transparency into how they're generating clean energy. But like you say, fundamentally a difficult thing to do. So running a data center business obviously takes a lot of energy. For a customer to come to Akquinet, then you are now a zero carbon committed company from VMware. You've obviously had a sustainable and, like you say, inclusion, social responsibility for a long time. What are Akquinet's sustainability goals?
We want to approach and continue evolving, reducing energy consumption on the one hand, trying to be as efficient as possible. And if we can't avoid consuming energy, so this energy shall be carbonless.
Right. And how is
besides the data center facility, it keeps on going. So just looking on mobility and that part, we look on top of the data center part. For example, we get programs for sponsoring bikes and supporting.
In terms of, the data center is obviously a large pool on energy resources, and Akquinet has had a history of inclusion and social responsibility. What are the goals for Akquinet regarding sustainability in the future?
Well, we continuously try to reduce our carbon emission, and we target at being carbon zero by 2030, maybe even earlier.
Oh, that's really good news. It's really good news. And that is obviously a part of the VMware Carbon Committed framework initiative that you've signed up to deliver against, to help, to deliver zero carbon renewable energy power being used in your data center by 2030.
Indeed, yeah.
So how has this partnership with VMware, helped your customers solve those challenges of sustainability?
Customers profit from a solid infrastructure foundation, as we provide in our private cloud. And this private cloud is built on solid technology, which is continuously maintained and improved by VMware. So it's a strong and reliable partnership that is honored as well by our customers as our employees. And well, it helps us getting employees skilled and motivated. And on the other hand, not being the current mode, we get valuable input on market development from VMware, and this helps us to shape our strategy as well.
Yeah, and obviously help your customers with their strategy as well. Yeah. So if I'm a customer, like you say, I'm dealing with all the IT problems I have and infrastructure that I want to move to cloud, I come to Akquinet and I can move my infrastructure into cloud, but I can also then address this thing that I've been trying to address for a long time, my carbon goals and sustainability goals.
And many of our customers have a long history. They have long-running legacy applications which cannot be switched off. So we have to run these as well. And the VMware platform enables us to keep legacy applications power efficient running.
So that's your, just to wrap it up, then you've got a VMware public cloud infrastructure service today in Akquinet, which is 100% running, or will be 100% running in 2030 on 100% renewable energy. But today is also, from what you've been working to for the last 5-10 years, is also today a significant chunk of that is running on renewables already.
Yeah.
Customer coming to Akquinet then can help forward their sustainable strategy by taking the good work that you've been doing really in your data center. When they move their stuff in your data center, it becomes a service that they can then say, yeah, my cloud service, my cloud supplier is 100% renewable, so therefore I am benefiting from that.
Yeah, and I would not say my cloud provider, but my IT provider, because in Germany many are not so comfortable with the
cloud.
With the cloud.
Yeah.
And even with the public cloud. So what we are doing is we are running private cloud. We got cloud clusters which are under control of our customers. And the main differentiator between the public clouds, even the US clouds, and a semi-private cloud on German premises, and the GDPR definitely held in Germany.
Very much compliant, absolutely. Yeah. And that is obviously the benefit for a German customer who has data that maybe is subject to sovereign requirements, has data which is sensitive. They need it to be on German soil, German resident, under German jurisdictional control in your data center. They achieve that.
Yeah, and indeed, it's not only for German customers, but for all European Union customers.
Of course.
Profit from the same situation.
Absolutely. Okay, so and what other, is there any other upcoming VMware offerings? I mean, I know you're working towards this sustainability goal of 100% renewable energy by 2030. Is there anything else that you're working to at the moment which you feel audiences should know about?
Well, so what we are starting is a sovereign cloud, a very interesting initiative, keeping local data for customers. And as we are working quite intensively with the public and the health sector, which has legislation restrictions, the sovereign cloud is a very, very good initiative, which will help us support our customers much better. Because this places another stamp of trust.
Yeah, and this is all along the environmental, social, and governance, or ESG strategies that customers are looking for. Right, sovereign cloud is a big one. Looking to work with an employer with a company, a partner that utilizes renewable energy and has a goal and has committed to a goal of 100% renewable energy, and who has that governance in place to ensure that it's only data is under local jurisdiction, in this case EU jurisdiction, and will stay in the EU, stay in Germany.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, great. And just if you were to wrap up, this conversation from a point of view of why should customers work with Akquinet? What is Aquinet's unique value proposition?
Well, we are providing individual services to our customers at eye level, with a high level of security, and it's based on the production in German data centers, which has also access to private and to public clouds, so they get a lot of security, scalability, and compliance when working with Akquinet. Yeah, it's reliable.
It's reliable. Excellent. Good. Okay, and lastly, Jens, how can customers find out more about Akquinet and Akquinet's cloud services, or Akquinet's private cloud services?
Well, they should just look at our website, www.akquinet.be, where all information is provided, and then they can contact us via the form or send us an email, know-how@akquinet.de, and then we will contact them, because our services are individualized, so we rely on personal dialogues, and it's a good way to get into contact.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about establishing the personal relationship with your provider, who's going to be managing your infrastructure and managing your IT for you. It's very important to have that relationship.
Although it's IT, we do people business.
Yeah. And that is that's where the trust comes.
Yeah.
Jens, it's been lovely to talk to you, and I wish you all luck with your Zero Carbon Committed initiative and reaching those goals by 2030. Thank you very much, Jens.
Thank you, Guy. It was a pleasure talking to you.